What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 23 of my Total Warhammer 3 Zhatan the Black Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Zhao Ming has once again been defeated and Yobaz has acquired his defeat trait, buffing the armor of the various gobos up to 30, which is considerably better than it was. 50 for the Wolf Raiders in particular. Also, out of curiosity, we already have Lucky Lackeys. I was just wondering whether this would be giving us any more armor, but alas, it won't. That's fine though. It's still pretty decent. We also probably, while we're here, want to just double check a few things. Namely, we have firing drills and we have fervent fodder, but we will still probably get the use out of Hell-forged ordnance in this army. And that should probably upgrade it, though I am wondering whether we want to prioritize getting the skills first. But anyway, we'll deal with that in a second. What we also managed to do was attack a non-Chang, and then even though it was a very, very easy battle, we did get a nice debut for the Demon's Tongue here, our Dreadquake Mortar. And I'm excited to use it more in field battles, although it looks like you're so weak that we probably don't even have to bother fighting you. We'll see. We shall see. Now, let's begin by, you know what, if we're going to attack a few things, we may want to just auto-resolve a couple battles. Namely, this is a weak little caravan scaff. See about attacking this, like so. And caravan cannot back off. Well, that's just lovely. Attack, auto-resolve. And what do we get in terms of like 525? Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. Sort of saying we don't care about, but, you know, something better than nothing. Convoy Enforcer, casualties captured post-battle, I assume that we already have one of these on Zhatan, so we'll get another one on Scaff, and then the third one we will hopefully get on the other guys. Alrighty, also just while we're here, Navigator, is there anything useful here? Oh, right, we have another Razor's Standard. Not super useful on you, but one of the Gobos could certainly make decent use of it. There we are. And do we have any spare items that we could pop on you? Oh, right, the Black Shard Armor and the Armor of Destiny. Now, Armor of Destiny is on you. I guess we could put the other one on you, but, Fire resistance and ward save versus physical resistance. Well, obviously the Armor of Destiny is better. I'm just wondering whether we should actually put the Armor of Destiny on a different Sorcerer Prophet, because it's better. Maybe we'll do that. Because this guy isn't really the lord of this army, which makes me doubt doing that. Let's just do our items while we're here. I feel like I haven't done these in a while. Bones of the Maw is fine, but it could be better. And I'm tempted to put that on whatever hero we put in this army, which is going to be an Infernal Castellan. So we'll keep the Talisman of Endurance for him then. Oh right, we have the Brass Cleaver. I did want to put that in the main army, as into Zhatan's army. There's not much else here. Well, we'll deal with the other items later on as we go. Neither way, Scaff, you cannot reach the camp, unfortunately, so you can go right up to it like so. Like so. And then we'll attack it, and hopefully the Veil of Titans as well. Next turn, the tiny amount of damage we have taken probably isn't all that relevant anyway. We're gonna get Magical Reserves and up to Arcane Conduit next, and then we'll start moving through to Stand or Die afterwards. Lovely. Alright, so you're now good. Yobaz, you are gonna start heading towards Baleful Hills, and we may as well move this guy to move with you as well. Hopefully what we can do is essentially have them... Can you not jump here? Let's say here. Hopefully we can essentially have them attack together, allowing for Yobaz to continue moving while this guy holds ground, perhaps. Though whether that actually works out or not remains to be seen. Then, alright, I wanted to give Zhatan the Brass Cleaver, but I guess the question is who would we put it on? You're kind of near-ranged units. There really isn't anybody else we could put it on other than this Infernal Castellan, so I guess we're going to put it on you. And we just got to try to make sure we keep you close enough to actually use this, because 35 attack effect range is really not that much. I may swap this out to somebody else later on, it's just that right now there really isn't anybody. Also, if we're going to attack these guys, and maybe even auto-resolve them, we might as well get a few points aside. We have Scouting maxed out, Flamestorm, Piercing Bolts, let's get Burning Head, 1 more point. Then we'll max out Fireball to have the entire lure, and then we'll move on. Now, you, Castellan. We have restock, we have always ready. We could get piercing shots, and we will in fact get piercing shots. Beautiful. Then you... What do you have? A Scroll of Shielding. We could probably give that to somebody else, but you're gonna move here. And then we'll have Zhatan attack this, and then hopefully auto-resolve it. I'd rather find a more difficult battle than a half-dead stack that has absolutely no chance against us. And they're going to run, fair enough. How far are they gonna run, though? Far enough. Tower of Zharr, you are going to do something, but we'll ignore you for now, and then we'll move forward, and then we'll move like so. And this guy's gotta run too, okay. Hardly surprising either. It's okay because we are now close enough to attack the other guy and draw them both into combat. Right there. And Zhatan attack here. Alrighty, what do we got in terms of the enemies? Yeah, decisive victory, low casualties. They have no chance, and I think we'll bypass this. Let's get the war banner on... I don't know, you, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're fine. Auto-resolve it. And 271 plus 392. Not bad in terms of labor, not bad in terms of money, and basically no damage, as expected. Transport those captains. Now... you got the Opal Amulet. I don't think you need those because you're just a temporary lord, so we will... What are you again? Sorcerer Prophet of Metal, eh? Yeah, I feel like if we were leveling units, we probably were better off leveling... leveling Overseers than these guys, but once again, using Sorcerer Prophets of Metal to defend could be quite useful. Oh wow, we could actually reach Shilong. Huh. Okay, you know what? If we can reach it, we might as well go to it. I think that's the best thing we can do. Alright, Zhatan, go here. And let's hope that you can auto-resolve this as well. What do we have in terms of defense? Basically nothing, okay. Well, Western Provinces, you're really screwed now. Ouch. And that's another free tower. Beautiful. Alright, making some quick gains this episode. We'll head on to Shiyama's Rest afterwards, and then maybe towards the Lizards. How many territories do they have, I wonder? These guys have 5. So quite a few. It'll take some time to take them out, in fact. I'm just wondering whether there would be a reason to peace out with the Burning Wind Nomads. Maybe if we take this next turn, peace out with them, destroy the lizards, and by the time we come around and take them out and the jungles of Qian, we then start attacking the Burning Wind Nomads again, with the hope that these guys can take care of the remaining rats. I do have to wonder how much in the way of military buildings these guys have left. But anyway, not super important right now. What is important is, I guess we could do another skill point set. Ooh, 2 for Zhatan now. And very, very nice. You will get no value out of any of this. I guess we're just going to go towards Heroic Killing Blow. So 1 Discard Veteran, we'll just be a little bit short. And then I guess to Full Plate Armor, I don't particularly care for the leadership buffs. And while I'd love to get Headdress of Zharr, and this is obviously the better pick. Alright, and do that. Then Pithek. You have just the 1 point, because we just assigned yours, but that's fine. You have everything except for Fireball, so get Fireball, great. Next up, you. What do we have here? Restock, Gunsight, Piercing Shots. I guess we can start building you out to be a little bit of a melee fighter as well now, in case the enemy does move into melee. You have leveled up as well, but I think we don't care about your skill points, at least at the current time. Yobaz and Co. You know what? While we're doing skill points, let's just do all skill points. You have the 1, and I believe we were going to go for... you know what? Let's get Blade Master and Hard to Hit first, and then we'll go for Hellforged Ordnance. Just because this guy was having a little bit of a trouble fighting in melee against enemy lords. I'd rather not risk him. Elusive for you, Gordas, and I noticed that you don't actually have a Talisman of Endurance. Maybe we'll get you that then. We could also give you the Bones of the Maw for armor, but I feel like the Fire Breath should go on somebody who's flying. Look at all these Executioner's axes. We could also get you the Armor of Destiny. Or get you the Black Shard armor. You are a legendary hero. You're the true legendary lord of this, after all. The thing is, we can always transfer this later. You know what? You hold on to this for now, buddy. And we'll get you the best talisman as well. Lovely. Alrighty, and then I guess we'll... Well, you guys are fine now. Alright. Happy with that, and nobody else here had points, nobody else here had points, nobody else here had points, but and that doesn't mean we won't recruit more heroes. Namely, let's see here. I did want to get one of these guys. Maybe we could get this guy, the violent one, as opposed to, you know, the non-violent Tauruk, because I'm sure there are some non-violent ones out there. Pacifist Tauruk. It would be funny if there was a pacifist trait for a Chaos Dwarf unit, but yeah, sure. I just really want one of these guys on the field, even though they cost. And we want more tech thieves. We just really need them. Oh, and we did want this guy as well. For the Lure of Fire, for the Fireborn army. Yeah, alright. Let's get you on the field. All of you are getting very expensive, but hopefully we'll deal with it. Who would be a good tech thief? I guess one of the ones that is manipulative. Nah, let's go with one of these guys. How about Sawbaw's Demon Keeper? Actually sounds like a great name for the other army. Also, can we build one here? No, we can build a castle in here, but I don't particularly care for any of these, so we'll ignore it. I just want to go, where's the closest place where we can build a hero? This is fairly close. We could start stealing tech from Grimgor, and at least that way keep an eye on Grimgor. Would this be faster? I'm not sure. Let's just do one here. We could probably get a second one afterwards anyway, so let's go Mr. Demon Keeper. And then you can start moving this way. There we go. That's a significant drop in upkeep, or a significant drop in money that we're making, so we will have to counteract that shortly. Now, we do have raw materials to spend, so we shall spend them, especially now that we have the industry specialization, which is providing us some lovely bonuses. Granite Peaks and Fortress of Eyes. We'll be ignoring you for now. I do want to upgrade the Volar. Oh, it's only 3.2k, but there's probably other more critical stuff that we can upgrade right now. Let's take a look here. Wei Jin, we could upgrade both Mingzhu and the city of Shigengan, both of which would enable us to upgrade these treasure troves, which ain't bad. You know, let's do that. At least for now. We need more money. And more raw materials. And more everything. Alrighty, Kunlun, let's upgrade... Let's upgrade you here, at least upgrade the money-making aspect, and oh. Yeah, we need to keep the billowing smokestacks. I remember thinking about it last time around. Haicha, you're fine for now, though I think we will probably build another capacity thing here. More demon smiths. Screw it, just build one now. Alright, and Jade River Delta. And Beikai, yes to the upgrade of the Blackwater sluice gates, and it's time to start building these gold refinery. 900 income from these, though at the cost of 300 raw materials. Not horrible. Expensive, but not horrible. Huh. Raw materials, minus 300 per turn. Oh, minus 15% down to minus 255. Not bad. Alrighty. And just out of curiosity, if we switch to higher quotas... This doesn't reduce the income, but a incinerator certainly will, or doesn't reduce the raw material requirements. Incinerator will, however. Alright, up next we have the Red Fortress. You're building your public order buildings, so you're fine. Hanyu Port, most definitely the Tribute Shrine, most definitely the Trade Wharf for money. Shenwu is a factory. And the reason that it's currently a factory is that because it's bordering enemies here. So we'll leave it as it is, because we're going to replace it later on with another building. We can also upgrade Taitsu while we're at it. Why not? And we have a little bit of raw material remaining that we could pop into something. Can't upgrade you as yet, but we'll get to it. We'll ignore the ancient giant lands. However, the Celestial River lands are a different story. Shilong, we can upgrade you immediately. And how much would it cost to upgrade the donation barrel? That much. Beautiful. Alrighty, that went reasonably well. Lots of expenditure, but we got a decent amount of stuff back for our trouble. Now, I believe that is it. Who are you again? Oh, you're just the guy with the gobos here guarding Fuchao. Yeah, that's fine. Alrighty, maximum convoy cargo capacity is also nearly up and running. Unassigned skill points we can skip. And I do believe we're ready to go next turn. Here we go. Well, let's hope that we can take out the western provinces for good. Clan Eshin. Ooh, I saw an army moving around. I do wonder if it's a full stack, and if it is, they could very well jump up here, so we do have to pay attention to that. Helman Gorst is going to declare war on us. Hardly surprising. Alright, we are definitely going to need to peace out with Goldtooth then. I don't see any way out of it then. And maybe with the nomads as well. Ooh, Blood Crushers or Exalted Bloodletters. Why would we Gotta go with the Blood Crushers. This army doesn't have anything in the way of cab, but yes. Let's see what this says. Who needs cargo when you can secure the services of a party of vicious demons? Oh, so this is that part where you, Portal's the final chapter. So if you give up the cargo to the demons, they will actually give you a demon. That's what I suspected would happen, and it does happen. I'm so happy. Blood Crushers, amazing. Anyway, who needs cargo when you can secure the services of a party of vicious demons? On your generous return of the loot, 2 groups step forward, offering to rip your enemies into tiny, blood-stained pieces. Delightful. The bickering and chest-pounding that ensues between the groups is less pleasing. It seems you're going to have to choose. Alrighty, well, the Exalted Bloodletters are swell, don't get me wrong, but we have plenty of infantry in this particular army, so Blood Crushers it is. And there we are. Overseer organization gives us maximum convoy cargo capacity increase, and a convoy has completed, bringing us back some cash. That's lovely as well. Now, we have to pick the next tech, and I think the tech that we want... industrial security, upkeep from tower patrol buildings, meh. This is all fine, but it's not critical. What is critical is heading towards malicious compliance, though I think maybe we spend the turn to get mandatory service just for the recruitment cost reduction. Then we'll go through the sorcery tree for a while. We'll probably be sitting in the sorcery tree for quite a while after this, so yeah. Next up, then we have armies. And there's probably another full stack here as well, but these are probably Skaven slave armies, or at least I would imagine. You... How far can you go? Not far enough. Can you reach Baleful Hills from here? No. Close. But no. Alright, that's fine. So what we're going to do instead... I was going to hope to go into ambush. Alright, fine. Just go into regular stance then. You should still be able to reach Baleful Hills or like so. Now, a little bit concerned that one of these guys might ambush us. Well, I guess we'll see. What we're going to do then is put you into ambush right behind this army so that you can reinforce if you need to. Although I don't imagine we will. But honestly, I'd really hope that we could bait them into an attack. Next up, ooh, they do have another stack, and here I thought that we wouldn't be seeing them again. Alright, Scaff, you're going to destroy the Titan's camp, Vale of Titan's camp, I should say. Auto-resolve this. Please don't hurt too much. More than I'd like. Take the labor. Now, Free Dawnstone. Are you able to reach this army? No. You are able to reach the Vale of Titans. Well, that's just interesting. Normally, I think I would auto-resolve that, but if this army is nearby, it might not be worth our time. Alrighty, so what we're going to do is we're going to briefly peace out with the Goldtooth for money. For a significant amount of money. Wow, okay. Good. We'll be back, Greasy, not to worry. Especially considering the buff for defeating Greasus gives us income from trade tariffs plus 10%, which means it's a buff that we probably want on at least one more lord, maybe 2, if we can manage, so yeah. Next up, what we want to do is move Yobaz into this army. We'll also move Bruzus into this army. Yeah. Bruzus isn't gonna stay in this army, but, well, for now. Alrighty, next, we want to check more heroes, because obviously, we have a hated Bull Centaur and a bully Bull Centaur, but that's fine. Controlling, fanatical, compulsive, anything interesting here? More controlling, manipulative, and compulsive. Nah, not super interesting. I was hoping for another fire guy, but we'll see. You are going to be a tech thief. Though I like your name, and I might switch it to somebody else later on. Alright, move up here and start stealing tech from either Grimgor or from Kolek until they break their agreements. Alright, next up, convoys. We got one up and running again, meaning you are level 8. And I do believe... Oh, wait, you're returning to capital. You're returning to capital. You're only level 2. We might be better off taking a new one for this. A level 9. Can you actually delete convoys? Like... Oh, wow, you have both a Kadai Destroyer and a Kadai Fireborn. That's kind of interesting, actually. But you just won't give us as much money as these guys would. Now, I don't particularly care, I think, for Hobgoblin favor, but Monster Commander, probably better. And again, it's only a single Bale Taurus and a single Lamasu, so it's nothing crazy. Maybe Hobgoblin favor. Honestly, it would be nice to have one of basically every single different type. Maybe we'll go for this guy then. Hergar Skarugs. Sure. Add Master. And we are going to send you out after we get your skill points. So, 1, 2, 3. Oh, we could go all 3 here. Sale Value of Cargo, eh? Not bad. Hidden Stores. And Wayfinders, 50% reduction. Local Guides, I care about a little bit less. Let's max out better scales, I think. Actually, attrition doubling the reduction on it. And this is probably not as worth it. 50% I think is quite decent. 10% to 15%, you know what, that's the best value of that 1 point. And then let's go better scales. Alrighty, and like so. Then we'll have to figure out a place where you can go. So you have 8 units in your army, not really all that much. And they're fairly weak, so we need to send you somewhere reasonably close where you can acquire some XP. Ooh, this is all red territory. Now, I can't say I like that very much. And... Wait, is this the only place that we can go right now? That's kind of concerning. This army is actually stronger than this one is. Why is this the only place that we can go? I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's try that again, my bad. You. Add Master. And... oh, I guess it was bugged. Okay, odd, but okay. The Volary is probably the easiest one. It's money for labor. And this is all red, wherein I kinda don't trust it. This is mostly green to troll Fjord, though. This is gonna take twice as long, though. And this is free levels. Money for raw materials, armaments for labor, which is great, but I don't think we can, I don't think we can afford this. You know what, let's go Volary for now, just to level this guy up a little bit. Like so, and then we'll max out the money for the labor. Yeah, we could always sell 200 of this off, so it'll be a net profit while getting additional labors and hopefully additional units as well. Honestly, it's actually the units that we need more than the XP. Yeah, go for it. Alrighty. And then we got one until you're completed your journey, so we can send another one out after that. Lovely. Hopefully one of the stronger ones, though. Next up, what do we have? Zhatan, you can move again. And I guess if you can move, you're heading out to Shiyama's Rest, though the question is, do we have you be the one that does it? What if we have you attack it, and then Zhatan moves past it instead? Might be the better thing. Alright, so encircle this. Zhatan, you go near it. Like so. And then we'll attack. Auto-resolve. Easy enough, and this place will be, I think, another outpost, I want to say. And, hey, a Trickster's Helm. Very nice. Alrighty, and the basin is now secured. We have an extra public order building here. We're going to immediately build the pottery because the construction cost reduction, but despite the fact that this is an outpost, we will not yet build the mine or collect the, labor or accept labor. We're going to switch to Masterful Architects, and we build this now. Oh, we have the public order here. Still gotta go for donation barrel. We'll just upgrade you immediately. Oh, we'll upgrade you next turn after this is up and running. Now, Zhatan, you're able to move both in regular stance or in march stance, though the latter will cause you some attrition. We do have to get to these guys and burninate them. The alternative is to head out to sea and then head directly to Bamboo Crossing. But how much territory do these guys hold? 5 to. Yeah, see, these guys have the exact same amount as the lizards do. And frankly, the lizards concern me a little bit more. I don't find these guys all that threatening. Oh! They refuse to peace out. Never mind. Okay, well that kind of changes things, but damn. A little bit more annoying, because they'll probably come up with an army fairly soon. I wonder. The problem with moving through lizard territory is it's quite a long time to go through these. You know what? I think we have to take Bamboo Crossing then. We're going to go into March Stance. We're going to send you out to sea. I go out to sea. And we're going to hit Bamboo Crossing next turn instead. And I think the reason for that is because we can send Astrogul to sit in Bamboo Crossing and then guard against these guys attacking us, hopefully. Though as to whether that'll actually work out also remains to be seen. Alrighty, Scaff. You are going to attack. In fact, I guess you're going to attack right now. I wonder, if we sack the Veil of Titans, would we be able to reach this army afterwards? I feel like we will. I could be wrong, but I feel like we will. Try this. Go here. And I know it'll screw up for public order a little bit. Auto-resolve. Oh wow, that was way more damage than I was expecting, but oh well. Sack. Then that should have given you extra movement range, and yes, you can indeed reach this army. Absolutely fantastic. Which means I guess we'll fight this one cinematically, especially considering we're hurt and might thus take a little bit of damage. Get Arcane Conduit for it. Though it doesn't give you too much value right now because you don't have much in the way of mana, but it's okay. Here we go, Scaff. And there we go. And this one we will fight. I know it's not the most difficult looking battle, but who knows if we can get an actual difficult battle this time around, especially while we're recruiting. Here we go. Huh. Also, it felt like the voice was coming from a different direction than where Scaff was. But anyway, we've tried the Iceforge Legion against the Ogres, and they did pretty darn well there. And now let's see how well they do against the Cathians, where the enemy has actual infantry for them to gun down, and not the monstrous infantry. Righty, and now there's cold coming off these guys, yeah, and yet no frostbite. Interesting. You gotta love these models, though. If only they would fire. Now, how close is the enemy to getting in range? Just about there. Soon they will be in range and start firing. Looks like our rocket artillery are going to start the show. And the enemy is actually firing on us first because there was a grand cannon here. I didn't actually notice that the cannon was there when I was loading the battle. And, well, actually, or the second cannon. Probably should have paid attention to those. And the enemy kind of hid them behind the rocks here, but these ones are still able to fire. Actually, a pretty great position for an artillery piece. I'm kind of impressed. Anyway, the Iceforge Legion begins to fire now. Looks like all 4 shots pretty much missed, but it is a warning shot. Let's go with that. In the meantime, we've got the bombardment coming in and damaging the cannon at least a little bit. Iceforge Legion finally connecting with its shots there. There we go, all 4 shots now hit. We're going to get a flame breath from the Bale Taurus as well. Let's see. The cannon still has about half HP, so that is just not enough, and we're going to follow it up with a Flames of Asgore, which I think might be the first time we've used it. Alright, very nice, and that at least puts another 25% HP away from the Grand Cannon and forces it to waver, and hopefully soon to rout as well. In the meantime, the Iceforge Legion has destroyed one of the enemy Jade Warrior units. The enemy army is not yet annoyed enough to actually go forward, and is just still doing the dance to avoid these shots. But that actually works to our advantage, as with the cannon no longer firing, we now have artillery superiority. Also, in the meantime, I switched the hat cannon to demolition rocket, and it is now firing at the enemy Lord Magistrate here, already having taken about 15% of its HP off, or his HP off. The accuracy on these things isn't great, but they do fairly okay. Yeah, there we go, another hit. Not too bad. Oh, and this looks like it's going to get some nice hits in here. Very, very nice. And this looks like it's doing a very decent amount of damage. Actually, the explosions from the Iceforge Legion don't look like they're doing a crazy amount of splash, but I think it's because of the armor of these units. As in, it's doing a lot of damage, just isn't exploding all that many models, necessarily. Anyway, the enemy army continues to move forward, but it's suffering a lot under bombardment. The Iceforge Legion is taking care of a lot of infantry now, and the enemy lord now down to less than half HP from that rocket artillery. Looks like that shot missed, but it's okay. Yeah, I think just a little bit more accuracy on the Death Shriek rocket for the demolition shot will make it much better, as in a lot more viable. And because currently there's very little reason to take it outside of sieges against most enemies. Yeah, in sieges they're okay, so it's hard to say. They're a little bit like mortars in some ways. Mortars aren't particularly effective against an enemy army that's advancing either, because they can just dodge every single shot, but once an enemy pile of range units, for example, is firing at you, they become quite effective. Look at that Bale Taurus prancing around. It's having a great time mincing all that infantry. There we go. Look at those wing strikes. At least Scaff is having a great time. Alrighty, he's got a little bit of HP loss, but he's done a lot of damage here by himself. I'm going to support him a little bit with our 2 units of Goblin Wolf Raiders. In the meantime, the main enemy host has not yet gotten to our own army. We have not had to commit them at all so far. The enemy lord has been nearly killed by the Death Shriek rocket, though 4 minutes of bombardment, it's hardly surprising. Either way, this is looking like it's the Iceforged Legion's show, who have gotten 335 kills already and 27k damage, and about to be more. And in fact, they're going to be targeting the enemy artillery piece now. Another use for the Death Shrieker rocket is an anti-artillery piece, as in not using the demolition cannon so much as the rockets, and then using them to kill the crews of enemy cannons, especially considering the very high arcing shot that they do. Can even arc over... I was just praising you, man. How do you miss a stationary artillery piece? Maybe it needs a little bit more accuracy on that as well. Artillery really... especially artillery like this that are supposed to spread out probably shouldn't be missing a stationary target. Although on the other hand, real-life artillery miss stationary targets all the time, so, you know. Why not? Some realism as well. Anyway, looks like the Iceforge Legion is taking care of another few units, and we're just moving forward now. Looks like most of the enemy army is going to be destroyed by this artillery piece long before they can really achieve anything. Definitely this artillery pieces show. There's a few units that are actually moving in, but look at the small numbers of them here, and they're just getting ripped apart as they show up. The rest of our army does not have to do anything. I'm excited to see what this army will perform like once it has more of these artillery pieces, or more hell cannons in particular, as this is going to be our hell cannon army. Anyway, looks like the enemy lord has been killed by the Death Shriek rockets. We still do have a fair few units out here, though Scaff has done pretty okay for himself as well, getting 299 kills and 30k damage, but we're nearly 540k on the Iceforge Legion. It was a bit of a contest between the two, and ooh, the cannon is still getting those occasional shots off, and we've lost 33 units from the Ashen Beers here. Yeah, I really should have just taken care of the cannon earlier. I honestly thought that our artillery piece would take it out, but yeah, it looks like another shot missed. We need an anti-artillery piece cannon. A Dreadquake mortar firing into this enemy artillery piece would have probably killed it in a single shot, I'm willing to bet, as the crew are pretty fragile. I would like to see how a regular Hell Cannon fares against it, or the other Regiment of Renown. You know what, we'll see a little bit later as we get those units. Anyway, the rest of our army now moving in just to clean up the remnants of the enemy army here. And the battle should be just about ours. The very few remaining enemy units have no chance, even against Gabos. It looks like these guys are running, and I do believe that is in fact the chain route. Very, very nice, certainly showing artillery superiority with the Hell Cannons this time around. I'm gonna get a few more blasts in there with all of our archers and blunderbusses, especially considering they didn't get a chance to play as much as they normally would. But hey, they've been the stars of the show for basically the entire campaign, so it's only fair that other units get their chance too as well. What's Scaff at, by the way? 344 and 33k damage, very respectable. He did a lot of damage, and he was operating by himself, distracting a good, I don't know, 1/3 of the enemy army as well, so pretty impressive. Anyway, we're going to give chase to as many of the enemy as we possibly can. Obviously got to get that extra labor. It's always extra labor that we need. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Although I'm hoping that late into the game we have enough public order and general labor stores that we will not need to constantly do this and can just freely end the battle rather than chasing every single thing off. I hope so. As while it is fun, it's also a little bit of a hassle, even sped up, mind you. But anyway, decisive victory for us and a lovely showcase for our artillery. Let's see what the final damage count was, and I guess let's see the slight amount of damage that we took here as well. Oh wow, we got a Banner of Eternal Flame for that. Absolutely fantastic. We definitely wanted one of these. I am very, very happy about that find. Also, very, very happy about the performance of the Iceforged Legion. Few things have managed to outkill Scaff so far, but yeah, I'm very glad that we got a spotlight for the Iceforged Legion, considering how nice of a unit they are. We also had the Hat Cannon knock the enemy Lord out basically by itself, and then do some damage to enemy artillery, so it certainly proved fairly valuable here as well, at the very least before the rest of the army was engaged. We're obviously going to take the labor. 427 ain't too bad. And I don't think we can reach the Veil of Titans because... yeah, okay, it's okay, we'll reach it next turn. Scaff, you cannot go into any stance, but that's just fine here. And we will take out the Western Provinces for good next turn then. Also, the Banner of Eternal Flame, I think we'll give it to Yobaz. He is currently a very fire-focused army. Not the most fiery army, but certainly a fiery army. Yeah, Scaff currently has it, but that's okay. Banner of Eternal Flame doesn't work with the Iceforged Legion, I guess. And oh, actually, just out of curiosity, does the Iceforged Legion apply Frostbite effect? No, surprisingly. Huh. I'm willing to bet it will when SFO comes around. Yeah, alrighty, and it would make it quite a bit more powerful as well, because the enemies will be forced to slow down. Now, in terms of what we gotta do, well, I guess you can have your skill point, though you have Arcane Conduit now. I guess we start moving through the main line. You are going to be using a decent amount of artillery, so let's go for Hellforged Ordnance now. Yes, 78 damage or 78 missile strength on the... on these guys, and it's going to rise even further. Isn't that glorious? Anyway, we got a little bit of admin to do, but you know what? I think we can maybe start off the next episode with all of the admin. There's quite a bit to do and to look through, a lot of money to spend, a lot of raw materials to spend, so I think next episode we can start off with that, and then immediately end the turn, then immediately after that start attacking more enemies. We've certainly made a decent amount of headway, and maybe once we end the turn, who knows, but we might get attacked by 3 Skaven armies right here, which would be great, because it'll be massive hordes of Skaven versus massive hordes of goblins, and I do think that that could make for a pretty entertaining fight. So, calling it here, more battles to come, so stay tuned for more Zhatan. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.